Narco-submarines, a hidden war beneath the waves. The sea at night is vast and unforgiving. In the middle of this darkness, a faint outline pushes forward, a shape barely skimming the waves. From above, it looks like nothing more than a drifting log. But hidden beneath is millions of dollars worth of cocaine. This is a narco-submarine, one of the most secretive tools of modern organized crime. Over the past 2 decades, these clandestine vessels have changed the way drugs move across oceans. They are built not by navies, but by cartels. Not in shipyards, but in hidden jungle workshops. They are crude yet sophisticated, fragile yet deadly effective. Authorities have seized more than 200 of them. But experts agree many more slip past unseen. Tonight, we dive into their hidden world. How they're built, how they operate, and how the Coast Guard fights to stop them. Chapter 1. The birth of a hidden fleet, Colombia. Mid-1990s. The cartels face a problem. American and European authorities are cracking down on traditional smuggling routes. Planes, fishing boats, and cargo containers are too easy to track, so the traffickers turn to the water. At first, crude boats and welded tanks, but soon, an underground industry begins to flourish. Oscar Moreno, Ricardo later, known as the king of semi-submersibles, emerges as one of the pioneers. From deep in the Colombian jungle, hidden along winding rivers, his teams begin experimenting. With little more than fiberglass, plywood, and stolen engines, they build vessels designed for one mission: to get drugs across the sea undetected. By the early 2000s, these jungle-built submarines are slipping into the Caribbean and Pacific. The game has changed. The low-profile vessel, the most common narco-sub, is not a true submarine. It's a low-profile vessel. It's about 14 meters long, painted dull blue or green. It sits so low in the water that only a few feet are visible above the waves. Radar operators call them ghost blips. Inside, 5 crewmen endure miserable conditions. The rear compartment houses a roaring diesel engine. The middle holds bunks-thin mattresses and damp, hot air. The front is stacked floor to ceiling with cocaine, in this case 7.7 tons. We hear from LT Commander James Rivera, fictionalized U.S. Coast Guard officer. When you're chasing one of these, it's like finding a needle in the ocean. You don't pick them up on radar. You don't see them on the horizon. Sometimes it's a glint of fiberglass in the sun. Sometimes you catch the heat of their exhaust. Most times you don't see them at all. In one mission, a U.S. Marine Patrol aircraft spots a faint outline. They alert a Coast Guard cutter. Small boats race across the waves. A helicopter hovers above. Boarding officers leap onto the vessel, pounding on the hatch. Inside, the smugglers freeze. They know they are seconds away from opening the scuttling valve, a simple mechanism that floods the boat and sends it, and all evidence, to the bottom. This time, they are too late. The hatch opens, and the crew is pulled into daylight. The Atlantic crossing the Amazon River, Brazil. Here another vessel departs. Larger, stronger, built for an extraordinary journey. This one, nicknamed Che, is 20 meters long and carries 3 men. Their goal, to cross the Atlantic Ocean. Captain Augusto Alvarez, a former Spanish boxer, leads the mission. With him, to Ecuadorian crewmen, their cargo, 3 tons of cocaine. For weeks, they live in near darkness. The smell of diesel mixes with damp fiberglass. Their food cans of sardines and bags of rice, their toilet plastic bags. They endure storms, close calls with cargo ships, and exhaustion. With only a compass for navigation, they drift far off course. The voyage that should take 14 days stretches into nearly a month. Fuel runs out. Rendezvous attempts with cartel boats fail. Alvarez makes a desperate call to old friends in Spain. But the plan collapses. Near Galicia, the crew scuttles the submarine and flees. Spanish police, already tracking them, move in. 2 men are arrested almost immediately. Alvarez hides in an abandoned farmhouse for 5 days before finally being captured. Later, divers refloat the vessel. Inside, cocaine worth $100 million. Visual suggestion. Map animation tracing route from Amazon to Spain, cut with storm visuals. Then Spanish police, night vision raid. Chapter 4. The Snorkel submarine. By the mid-2010s, cartels raise the stakes again. This time, they build vessels that resemble military submarines. Cylindrical hulls, 24 meters long, nearly capable of full submersion. Only a snorkel mast breaks the surface, pulling in air for the diesel engine and crew. Fiberglass construction makes them lightweight and harder to detect. Inside, they carry up to 8 tons of cocaine. Ballast tanks let them dive deeper when threatened. Cameras mounted on the snorkel give them eyes above the waterline. According to Hy Sutton, the defense analyst, not a single snorkel sub has been caught at sea. Every one we've seen has been seized on land before it ever left the jungle. That tells us something: they work. They're invisible out there. These are the stealth bombers of the narco world. And the fact that they are built in the middle of jungles, far from shipyards or supply chains, is nothing short of astonishing. Ballast, tanks, crew bunk, toilet, then fade to jungle shipyard photos. The electric submarine then, in November 2020, a breakthrough. Colombian authorities uncover a 12-meter electric submarine. Instead of diesel engines, it runs on 10 tons of batteries powering twin electric motors. Silent, nearly invisible to heat sensors. It can operate submerged for 12 hours. Its range about 60 kilometers, not much. But this vessel doesn't travel alone. It can be towed behind larger ships, hidden from detection. Near its destination, it detaches and slips silently toward shore. Only one has ever been discovered. But experts believe more are out there, already in use. Visual suggestion. CGI animation of submarine being towed behind cargo ship, then detaching into darkness. Chapter 6. Builders of the Jungle. Behind every narco-submarine is a master builder. These men are rarely seen, but their work leaves signatures, unique ways of solving problems. Some prefer certain engine layouts. Others design distinctive hull shapes. They are not naval engineers by training, but craftsmen artisans of illicit innovation, Hy Sutton explains. It's the minimum viable product, built with plywood, fiberglass, basic welding, yet capable of carrying millions of dollars across oceans. They don't have to last long, just long enough. For each sub seized, dozens may have already completed their missions. Chapter 7. The war continues. In 2022, after years of pursuit, Colombian and American forces finally capture Oscar Moreno Ricardo, the king of narco-subs. His arrest is hailed as a major victory. But deep in the jungles, another builder has already taken his place. The designs evolve, the routes adapt, the war continues. Today, cartels rely on fleets of smaller, disposable subs. Each carries less cargo, but there are more of them, overwhelming the ability of law enforcement to stop them all. Some end up scuttled, lying in graveyards on the ocean floor. Others vanish into the horizon, their cargo delivered, their mission complete. The oceans are vast, and the subs are small. Most will never be seen. Conclusion. Beneath the waves, a hidden war rages. War between cartels that innovate in secret and authorities struggling to keep up. Each new design pushes technology further: low-profile hulls, snorkel subs, electric stealth craft. Each capture is a victory, but each success only drives the cartels to adapt again. The story of the Narco-Submarine is not one of defeat, but of constant evolution. And somewhere tonight, in the black waters of the Atlantic or Pacific, another vessel is moving quietly forward, its cargo hidden, its crew tense, its fate uncertain. The war is far from over,